A very good morning to our dear lecturers Dr. Zulawati binti Abdul Wahab and Puan Nora binti Ismail. We are from Jabatan Kejuruteraan Awam, Session 2, 2023-2024. And we are from DKA 4C. Today, we are going to present about DCC 40152, Water Supply and Wastewater Engineering's case study. The title we choose for our case study is River Pollution. My name is Ravi Shankar Analalaki Tirselvan. My matrix number is 06DKA22F1081. My another two teammates are Yalmadi Anna Perempuan Vadivelu 06DKA22F1114 and my another teammate Harina Devi Anna Perempuan Sutorosono matrix number 06DKA22F1121. Let's get into the introduction first. River pollution is a pressing environmental issue worldwide characterized by the contamination of freshwater bodies such as rivers, streams, and creeks with harmful substances. This pollution arises from various human activities, including industrial processes, agricultural practices, urbanization, and improper waste disposal. As the result, rivers, which are vital ecosystems supporting diverse flora and fauna and serving as crucial sources of water for drinking, irrigation, and recreation, become degraded and unfit for their intended purposes. The sources of river pollution are diverse and often interrelated. Industrial activities discharge pollutants such as heavy metals, chemicals, and wastewater into rivers, leading to water quality deterioration and ecosystem disruption. Agricultural runoff containing pesticides, fertilizers, and animal waste introduce excess nutrients and toxins into waterways, fueling algal blooms and harming aquatic life. Urbanization brings about sewage and stormwater runoff laden with pollutants, exacerbating contamination and health risks for both human and wildlife. Let's get into the next slide, that is literature review. In the literature review, we talk about the Klang River. The Klang River, once a lifeline for communities in the region, has unfortunately become emblematic of environmental degradation and pollution. Over the years, numerous studies have delved into the multifaceted issues plaguing in this vital waterway, prompting concerns from both environmentalists and policymakers alike. One prominent theme in the literature surrounding Klang River pollution is the significant impact of urbanization and industrialization. As urban centers burgeon along its banks, untreated sewage, industrial effluents, and solid waste found their way into the river, leading to alarming levels of contamination. This pollution not only poses serious threats to aquatic life but also endangers the health and well-being of communities dependent on the river for various purposes, including drinking water, agriculture, and recreation. Moreover, studies have highlighted the complex interplay of socio-economic factors exacerbating Klang River pollution. Rapid urban growth coupled with inadequate infrastructure and poor waste management practices has created a vicious cycle of pollution that disproportionately affects marginalized communities residing in the river basin. These communities often bear the brunt of environmental degradation, facing heightened health risks and economic burdens as a result of polluted water sources. That's all from me. I'm giving the next slide to my teammate.
Next slide is show about the methodology at Klang River Basin. So the Klang River Basin spans an area of 1,288 square kilometers, with the Klang River itself stretching approximately 120 kilometers. It traverses through Kuala Lumpur Federal Territory and parts of Selangor before emptying into the states of Malacca. The basin comprises three main sections: which is the mountain's upper catchment in Selangor Compact and Hulu Langat districts, the densely populated urban areas of Kuala Lumpur in the middle catchment, and the lower catchment covering Selangor, Petaling, and Klang districts. So around half of the basin has been urbanized for residential and infrastructural purpose, while 20% remains as permanent forest reserves. Other land uses include institutional, open spaces, community facilities, commercial, industrial, and squatter settlements. Rainfall peaks occur in April and November to December, with the lowest humidity typically in June, July, and September. The average annual temperature ranges from 29 to 32 degrees Celsius, with maximum temperatures usually recorded between April and June. So, data on approximately 25 water quality parameters were sourced from Malaysia Department of Environment. So these variables included dissolved oxygen, biochemical oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand, and moreover. So the data span a period from January 206 to November 2009, collected from 30 monitoring stations on the bi-monthly basis. So the next slide is show about the findings about our case study. So the first question is explain the issue and the impact of the pollution caused by the NRW case in Malaysia. So the Klang River in Malaysia has long been plagued by pollution, with non-revenue water (NRW) being one of the contributing factors exacerbating the issues. While NRW itself doesn't directly pollute rivers, it can indirectly contribute to river pollution through various mechanisms. So the first issue is leakage and contamination. So leakage from water pipes in the Klang River catchment area can result in the loss of treated water. This lost water can infiltrate into the ground, picking up pollutants such as chemical, heavy metals, and bacteria from the soil. So eventually, these contaminants may find their way into the Klang River, degrading water quality and harming aquatic life. So the next issue is cross contamination. Leaking pipe can allow contaminated water such as sewage and industrial influence to infiltrate drinking water supplies. This cross contamination poses serious health risks to consumers and may also lead to pollution of the Klang River if the contaminated water is discharged into stormwater drains or directly into the river. So the last issue is inadequate wastewater management. High levels of NRW often indicate inefficiencies in water supply system, including inadequate wastewater management. In some cases, untreated sewage may leak from damaged pipe or overflow from sewage system, contaminating surface water and contributing to pollution in the Klang River. So the next is the pollution caused by NRW in the Klang River has several significant impacts. So the first impact is environmental degradation. Contaminants from NRW leakage can degrade water quality in the Klang River, harming aquatic ecosystem, reducing biodiversity, and disrupting the river natural balance. Polluted water can lead to fish kills, algal blooms, and the loss of sensitive species. So the next impact is public health risk. Cross-contamination of drinking water with sewage or industrial pollutants poses serious health risks to residents living in the Klang River basin. So the next is economic cost. So the pollution of the Klang River can have economic consequences, including impacts on industries reliant on clean water resources such as agriculture, fisheries, and tourism. Additionally, the costs associated with water treatment and pollution cleanup can burden local governments and water authorities. So the next question is 1B is describe how does the water distribution system respond to emergency, the procedure on measuring such as pipe breaks or contamination incidents. So when emergency like pipe breaks or contamination incident occur in the water distribution system, prompt and effective response is crucial to mitigate risk and minimize impact on public health and safety. So the first is detection and notification. Modern water distribution systems are often equipped with a sensor and monitoring devices that can detect abnormalities such as pressure drops, flow rate changes, or water quality issues. When such abnormalities are detected, automated alerts are generated to notify the responsible authorities or operators. So the next is assessment and investigation. Upon receiving notification of an emergency, the water utility initiates an assessment to determine the nature and severity of the incident. This may involve sending field crews to inspect the affected area, gather data, and assess the extent of the damage or contamination. So the next is isolation and control. One of the first steps in responding to a pipe break or contamination incident is to isolate the affected section of the distribution system to prevent further spread of contamination or water loss. So this may involve closing valves and rerouting water flows to bypass the affected area. So the next response of emergency is water quality testing. In cases of contaminants incidents, water quality testing is conducted to determine the extent of contamination and ensure that the water is safe for consumption before lifting any advisories and restrictions. So the last is repair and restoration. Once the situation has been assessed and controlled, efforts are made to repair the damaged infrastructure and restore normal operation as quickly as possible. This may involve repairing or replacing broken pipes, flushing the system to remove contaminants, and disinfecting affected areas. So the second question is 2A. Explain the causes of sewer corrosion. You may choose any municipalities as your case. So in Penang, sewer corrosion in the Penang River can be caused by several factors. So the first factor is industrial discharge. Industries located near the Penang River may release untreated or improperly treated wastewater containing corrosive substance. These substances can react with the sewer pipes leading to corrosion. So the next factor is aging infrastructure. Similar to other areas, aging sewer infrastructure in Penang can contribute to corrosion. Over time, the pipes may deteriorate, making them more susceptible to corrosion. So the third factor is chemical reaction. Chemical present in wastewater such as acid or alkalis can react with the sewer pipes, causing corrosion. This can occur if there are high levels of certain chemicals in wastewater entering the river. So the last factor is environmental factors. Environmental conditions such as high humidity or the presence of certain microorganisms can also contribute to sewer corrosion in the Penang River. So efforts are being made by local authorities and environmental agencies to address sewer corrosion in the Penang River. These include regular maintenance and inspections, implementing stricter regulation on industrial discharge and promoting public awareness about the importance of proper waste management.
My name is Yalmadi Vadivelu. My matrix number is 06DKA22F1114. So now I'm going to answer the question 2B. Recommend the safe practice associated with sludge handling, treatment and disposal methods for individual treatment units. Choose one from the unit below. So the unit that we chose is septic tank. When it comes to sludge handling, it is very important to wear protective gloves and clothing to prevent direct contact with the sludge. Avoid inhaling any fumes or dust that may be present. Properly sealing and securing the sludge during transportation is very important to prevent any leaks or spills. Secondly, for treatment, regular maintenance and pumping of the septic tank is important to prevent excessive sludge buildup. This helps maintain the effectiveness of the treatment process. Additionally, using septic safe products and avoiding excessive water usage can help prevent overloading the system. Thirdly, disposal methods. Disposal methods should always comply with local regulations. In many cases, the sludge from septic tank is taken to approved treatment facilities or land application sites. These facilities ensure proper treatment and disposal of sludge in an environmentally safe manner. Discussion. In addition to the well-known sources of water pollution like industrial discharge and sewage treatment plants, the degradation of water quality in this river basin largely stems from non-point sources such as urban runoff, construction activities, and malfunctioning septic tanks. Recognizing the necessity for sustainable development, especially when economic growth falls short of ensuring a healthy environment, is imperative. To address the shortcomings in managing the river basin, the study advocates for the adoption of advanced techniques leveraging existing data. Rather than relying solely on traditional benchmarking methods, the utilization of machine learning algorithms present a more promising approach for identifying patterns and sources of environmental degradation. This approach can yield dependable insights important for making informed decisions aimed at tackling the root causes of water quality deterioration. deterioration. Future endeavors will focus on identifying optimal prediction models for assessing water quality conditions in this river basin. This will involve exploring various statistical models, including both linear and non-linear multivariate approaches to enhance prediction accuracy and inform effective management strategies. Conclusion. In summary, the issue of river pollution in the Klang River demands urgent attention and concerted action from all stakeholders. Without immediate intervention, the environmental degradation and health hazards posed by pollution will persist, impacting both ecosystem and communities. By implementing a holistic approach encompassing effective waste management, stringent industrial regulations, heightened public awareness, improved sewage treatment, strategic green infrastructure, rigorous monitoring and collaborative efforts, we can begin to reverse the damage and restore the Klang River to its natural state. Recommendation. Addressing river pollution in the Klang River requires a multi-phased approach involving various stakeholders. Some recommendations include implementing better waste management practices to prevent littering and illegal dumping into the river, enforcing strict strict regulations on industries to properly treat their wastewater before discharging it to the river. Increasing public awareness about the importance of keeping the river clean and impacts of pollution on the environment and public health. Upgrading, expanding sewage treatment facilities to ensure that sewage is properly treated before being released into the river. Involving local communities in river cleanup efforts and empowering them to become stewards of the river. Foster collaboration between government agencies, NGOs, business, and communities to work together towards a cleaner river. By implementing these recommendations in a coordinated manner, significant progress can be made in reducing pollution in the Klang River. And that's all from us. Thank you.